Okay, so I'm going to go over the worksheet for today. It's pretty much review over what we've been doing with the algebra proofs, but I'm adding one thing to it, segment addition. We've talked about segment addition before, so it shouldn't be a surprise. We're going to be adding that to this worksheet. So in this first section, we're just going over those properties again. So you have to actually do the property that it tells you. So like on the first one, it says symmetric property. Remember, symmetric property is the one that's like the converse, the flip. So if Mn equals Ut, then you would put Ut equals Mn. For division property, you have to actually divide. So you've got to divide both sides by 4. So do you see that 120 there? You would divide it by 4. Transitive property is the one where you take out what's repeated and write what's left. So if SB equals VT and VT equals MN, then, and you can take out the VT, so you would say SB equals MN. Addition property, you have to actually add. So you would be adding 15 to both sides. So you'd have to do 36 plus 15 and put Y equals whatever that answer is. And then reflexive property, remember that's the one where it's equal to itself, exactly the same. So JL would equal JL, the exact same. These you have to decide which property it is. So just the exact same stuff we've been doing, you just have to decide what property it is. And if you need help with that, let me know. These right here, you're just saying, how did I get from this step to this step to this step, and so on. So how did we get from this step to this step? How did I get from step A to step B? How did I get from step B to step C? Same thing here. These you have to tell me the property again, the exact same stuff. What property are we doing? Let's talk about this big proof though. This one, let's go through this one together. So E is the midpoint of DF. Notice that's the exact same as what's next to given, so you would put given. Anytime there is a word in a proof, the next line will always be definition of that word. But what does midpoint mean? Well, if E is the midpoint of DF, that's going to make DE equal to EF. Then notice DE got replaced with 6x plus 5. EF got replaced with 8x minus 1. So when you replace something with something else, that is substitution. And then how do we get from step 3 to step 4? So notice the 6x went away and the 8x changed to a 2x. What did we do? We subtracted. And then the next one already gives us the reason. It says we have to use addition property. So I would have to add 1 to both sides, which would be 6 equals 2x. And then I have to use division property, so I would be dividing by 2. So 3 would equal x. And then I'm back to the beginning. So 6x plus 5, okay? Notice the x got replaced with a 3. So what do we call it when we replace something with something else? Substitution. And then notice we just add 18 and 5 together, so we're just combining like terms. So we just call it combine like terms, or you can even say simplify. That's another word for combine like terms. So combine like terms, or if you just said simplify, I would be fine with that because we just simplified. Okay, let's see. Okay, so these are the things that I'm adding is segment addition. So on the ones where we're just adding segments together, you see AC plus CB equals AB. So if I add that segment plus the other segment, I get the whole segment. That is called segment addition. So we can just say seg add. And it will be the same thing on 19. And then what is it called when we replace something with something else? So that's substitution. And then you go through and you ask yourself, what did I do to get from step B to step C? What did I do to get from C to D, and so on. So you're going to fill in the rest of the proof. So same thing with 19. First it's segment addition, and then we replaced xz with 3 times n plus 4. We replaced zy. So when you replace something with something else, it's substitution. And then you ask yourself, how did I get from step B to step C, and so on. So you'll fill in the rest of the proof. And then that last section, you're just telling me which property it is. So if you have questions, let me know.